Cowboys could very well end up taking the first defensive player of the draft on Thursday night with the 10th overall pick. Several of the mock drafts out there have all 5 QBs, 2 receivers, plus tight end Kyle Pitts and offensive lineman Penei Sewell being taken with the first 9 picks, which would give the Cowboys endless options on defense. So, Shannon, if they have their pick of any defensive player on the board, what should they do?
Skip, I got my eyes on 2 guys, and since I was doing things for Fox Bet, I had to look at some defensive guys, the top 5 defensive players in the draft. I might surprise you with this one, but the guy that has the biggest upside, I believe, is Michael Parsons out of Penn State.
That doesn't surprise me a bit.
Skip. He opted out this year, so a lot of people are not going to remember him. But in 2019, he reminds you of a bigger, faster Devin White. He's sudden. You go back and watch him in the Cotton Bowl. 14 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles.
Defensive MVP.
Defensive MVP. He won the Buckus and the Pat Fitzgerald Award for the nation's outstanding linebacker. He's phenomenal. And you remember Penn State used to be linebacker U. Now everybody is, running back U, D-line U. But Penn State for the longest time, when you thought of linebackers, Penn State where it started and stopped at. And he's another one of these great linebackers coming out. If he's not there, Pat Surtain for me is it. I know Farley, the Farley kid. I know J.C. Horn. But when you watch Pat Surtain, he's the second. He's as technically and fundamentally sound as you'll see at that position. I'm talking about his hand placement. He can open. He can drive on the ball. He's so fluid in his turns. He is it. He's textbook. A lot of that has to do with his dad having played the position, knowing you read keys, tendencies, you get, you want to go in, how you want to funnel him, you turn, you drive him, you steer him. He has all that. So for me, Michael Parsons and Pat Surtain.
Joseph, why are you calling me and Michael 2 clowns?
If they took
you're talking about Skip and Shannon.
You take an offensive guy, you're dead wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
Unless it's Kyle Pitts.
No, Skip, you don't need Kyle Pitts. You need defense. Don't you want to stop somebody, Skip? Or you like these shootouts?
Kyle Pitts is transcendent. I went on record like 2 months ago. He'll be better at his position than any of these quarterbacks will be at playing quarterback. That's how great he will be in the NFL.
But you won't be able to stop anybody.
But if he falls to 10, you just say, "I'm sorry, we have to take him." That's how good he is.
Derek Young macking up in here.
You did CeeDee Lamb like that, and you gave up 500 yards rushing a game.
Okay. Back to the dilemma. So I already told you, if Trey Lance does fall all the way past 10, Trey Lance is going to hang over Jerry Jones' head for the next 10 years. If, in fact, this premise is right, and it well might be right, that Jerry will take have the opportunity to take the first defensive player in the draft. That means every defensive player in this draft will hang over Jerry's head till death do him part.
I guess,
God bless him. I'm knocking on wood for him. Because you have the pick of the litter again. You have everything is at your fingertips at 10, where it could be Micah Parsons. It could be any one of those 3 corners if you decide. I love Kwity Paye. I watched him a lot at Michigan. He leaps off my screen because he is a high motor monster coming off the edge. But 2 years ago was Michael Parsons. I watched him a lot, and there's that Von Miller, that Gumby-esque ability to sort of fold and lean on left tackles, right tackles. He just comes flying off the edge. So Michael Parsons, he measured 6'3", 246, and ran at his pro day 4'39". 4'39" at 246 pounds. This is like next level kind of stuff, because the fastest linebacker had ever been timed was Shaquem Griffin, one of the twins in Seattle, as you remember. But
I'll kill it.
4'38".
Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy, Jobu, and Joe Barry in the house. And as always, I'm messing up because this is broke-ass media. I've already got the on sign on, and the football gods are wide awake. I hope everybody is doing good.
Up since last night.
Have they? See, look, they've been. It's draft week. It's what? It's time to do it.
I don't know whether the remote is turned off, so I just left it on.
It's right here.
I just left it on.
That right there. Yeah, it's time to do a mic check.
Mic sound nice, check 1. My mic sound nice, check 2. My mic sound nice. Check 3. Are you ready?
Gina, are you talking about me and Michael, or are you talking about Skip and Shannon? I mean, we got 2 and 2. Which we need to clarify.
I don't like neither one of them. So what's the difference?
No, they said 2 idiots, and I'm just trying to
talking about those guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to clarify. I'm just trying to clarify which idiots we're talking about, because I've been called a lot of things in my day. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Mike, how are you doing, man?
I'm good.
You're good. You're good. Have you had to use your Manscaped again yet?
I use their products.
You still enjoying them? Taking care of business. Speaking of hair, see, here's the thing. I've learned something. Hair in the right places are actually a good thing. See, people have been making fun of me and my hair. My hair's getting long. I mean, it's long. Look,
I mean, if you want to get a lineup, I can get my barber, my new barber to cut you.
But I'm not sure I know what I want to do. It's long.
No. I said a lineup, line the edges up, not cut all of it off.
Well, but I don't know what to do with it, though. And the thing is, I go to the barber, he's going to be like, cut that shit off.
No, he's not. Well,
but here's the thing that's kind of cool, though, guys. Oh, wait. See, I think some of the guys that saying get your hair cut are jealous because they ain't got no hair, that they've got a receding hairline, and they mad because they wish they had all this hair. But every time my wife sees me and goes past, she just runs her fingers through her hair.
Don't have that.
And she never did that before when it was short.
Don't have that company where they put the plugs in for your hair.
Well, okay.
I'm talking about the ones that want to have that hair. They're balding.
Oh, Gina said she'd never call me Nate. We appreciate that, Gina. But here's the thing. So she likes the hair like this, but then she likes the rest of the stuff trimmed up, like the hair on the back. She don't like the hair on the back. It's like, it looks kind of like this. Actually, it's about as thick as this is. So she took my Manscaped and you know what? It's been, how long have we been doing? It's about 6-7 weeks.
After this month, it'll probably be
almost going on 2 months. Well, I tell you what, it did the trick because I can barely feel it. I can barely. It's just you know what? I got to turn her loose again with it. I got to say, hey, baby, why don't you shave my back, baby? So, ooh. So, get your Manscaped and get your stuff tightened up. Okay.
Or the ladies, you get one for your man.
Well, actually, it's one of those things that y'all can do together. I'm just saying, you can say,
didn't one of the ladies in here?
If he's a little bit shy about the whole thing, you say, honey, let's have a little fun. I'll get my man.
Didn't one of the ladies on here?
I think Gina got one for her.
That's what I thought. One of the Ginas did.
See, Gina said my hair is luxurious. And it's, what's crazy about this though, and I don't mean to talk about my hair. It's crazy because I never felt my hair before in my life, but now it gets wet. It's like, or if I turn side, I can actually feel the weight. It's kind of cool. So all those out there that are hating and saying, you know what? Shut up. It's my hair, and I'll let it grow if I want to. I see we got lots of ladies up in the house here. I see Gina C. I see Stacy Schubert.
Amen, Junior.
Roland Reviews. I see Gina Thorne, like a rose. I see Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie. Miss Anita Applebaum. Did I miss it? Who did I miss anybody? Oh, I know. I saw Jessica. There's Jessica. Look, see, I bet you we have more ladies on my channel than any other channel. Jessica, how you doing, Jessica? All right, so I got a little bit of a problem right now because Mike's mad.
I'm not mad. I thought we were going outside.
I was playing
it's your show.
No, this is our show, man. Okay?
Yeah, but you're the producer.
We family.
But you're the producer.
Hey, I'm the producer. I'm the cameraman. I'm the cleanup crew. I'm the setup crew. I'm the sound man. I'm the cameraman. I'm the host. Okay, and I'm the blame guy. Okay, I got many, many hats here, but tonight, before we really get into the draft, we've got the draft that'll be here, of course, soon. Come Thursday night. I hope you guys and you ladies all join us here for the draft.
The first pick in our division.
We do. Well, at the moment, but there's rumors that teams are moving around and maybe trying to trade. And we're going to get that to a second. But before we do, I have to say, hats off to Sean Lee. I know Sean Lee, for a lot of you guys, the last couple of years have been like, damn Sean Lee, his hamstrings, his knees.
No.
What?
I'll say this before you get on to that. I remember one clip during the season. He was right in the middle of everybody, getting them hyped up like Chris Richard.
Well, he's a leader. And see, this is my problem
I'm
here.
telling you, I think he was, there was something with him and Chris Richard, because he was always, no matter where Chris Richard was, Sean Lee was right there, taking his cues and P's.
Well, it could be. But well, see,
every shot I seen them together on the sideline.
There's very few players that have more knowledge and full grasp of defenses like Sean Lee.
Well, he's not retired.
If you and having the mentality, he's not one of those vocal guys. He's not a swipe guy. Okay, he's not he was not a rah guy.
When I saw him hyping up the team,
well, he was always there making plays, and people would follow behind him. He, like you just call him General Lee. He was like a general out there that people literally wanted to go to war with. And, the last 2 years, it's been very little playing on the field. And unfortunately, it was time because his body just betrayed him.
It's time for him to retire as a player.
It was. But I think, when you listen to Mike McCarthy today, his press conference and stuff, and he was asked about Sean Lee, he said, we're going to give him some time and things like that. I mean, not Mike McCarthy, I'm sorry, Stephen Jones. That, we'll give him some time and see where he's at and all this, that, and the other. But I think that they really do want him to start coaching. It may be an assistant coach. It may be a junior coach or whatever. But to have him part of it. And we know the Cowboys, Charles Haley always comes in and does a little, work and stuff on the sidelines with the players and things. Love to see losers like Lee and Crawford Lee. Well, see.
Sean Lee was not a loser.
I'm not going to say he was a loser because I tell you what. He probably is tied for the most interceptions in a season for the Cowboys over the last 10 years. Now, if you want to say everybody we've had besides him was losers, then okay, I can get you on that one. But it wasn't a matter of he was out there healthy and not making plays. When he was healthy, he made plays. Now, Tyrone Crawford, again, that's another guy who I had been talking about the Cowboys had to readjust about him for 3 years. But he was one of those guys, too, that was a leader. Well, I ain't mad at a player for getting paid. I just hope that they can, what they get paid for, they get the work in for it. But we're talking about a leadership role, and I feel like there is a leadership vacuum. But before I do, let's play this little clip, because this was the last time I saw Sean Lee in person. Sean Lee was one of those guys that always came to the autograph signings just like Dak Prescott and stuff. And because of COVID, well, that didn't happen the last 2 years.
How you doing, man? Oh, okay. Oh, you gonna see Sean Lee? Okay, man. Yeah, we got to get your mojo going for this season, man. I want that 6th Super Bowl ring.
6-1.
Yeah, man.
Let me get work here.
There you go, man.
Everybody, we love you, Sean. We love you.
Oh my God, I love you.
Yeah, that was one of those, and that's I think 3 times. 3 times that
the first time we saw him was when he broke his leg or something with his leg.
Yeah, that was in 2013, right after he had surgery.
That's why I thought
the thing that I'll say about Sean Lee is Sean Lee, regardless of his career, had he stayed healthy, he could have been, one of the best Cowboy linebackers out there. But again, the problem is the mind was always there, but the body just could not follow up on it. And he was one of those guys that would always, literally, he saw Jobu and he got up from the autograph signing and the people were like, "What are you doing?" And
Dak Prescott did that the second time when he saw, he's like, "Jobu, that's my man."
So that was kind of cool. Like I said, I always have respect. He has literally been on one of my Facebook pages, the Facebook profile picture for, it's probably 5 or 6 years and stuff. What?
I remember Wall was the only one that remember who you were.
Yeah, Everson Walls, and I can't pronounce his name right. Always remember, but that's true.
He remembers you more than he remembers.
I will miss a Sean Lee, and I hope that he ends up becoming actually a coach for the Cowboys.
I think he will.
Cali Cowboy, what's up, Crackalack and Mike and Mac? Special thanks to you guys for your shot glass. Make sure you send me a picture in for that, please. Anita Taylor, I hope we trade back and take Collins in the second. The same people that are tired of hearing Jerry Jones. Yeah. I don't know about him being the defensive coordinator.
Linebackers coach. Yes.
Okay. Who said? See, Toby, Toby. You
Sean Lee is excellent
There's
when
a
it
whole lot
comes to linebackers.
more. You shut your mother ass up.
Toby, you just like starting shit, don't you?
David Wiley.
That's you just like starting shit.
Hey, we'll see you on Thursday, my dude.
David Wiley. Yep, David Wiley will be here in the house, along with some others. We're gonna have a couple. We've actually got.
So what's your dish you're making?
Oh, well, you're not gonna do Jobu wings.
I mean, I'm doing my chopped cheese.
I was thinking about doing some pulled pork, but then I forgot that David's gonna be bringing. I can't cook it. Look, we got a chef coming.
But you can
how can I compete with the chef?
We got 2 nights.
Oh, so that's another hat. Line cook here too. Joe broke ass.
We got 2 nights, but I'm cooking too. I'm making chopped cheese.
Mark, why did Dez call Snake Lee? Well, okay. So if you want to go into that one, Dez felt like the reason why he was off the team was because people were stabbing him in the back.
Well, I think it was because of his play on the field.
Well, play on the field and his price of his contract.
Because him and Dak Prescott just weren't gelling on the field.
Yeah, you know what? And actually, and if not to throw Dak under the bus, but you'll remember at the end, I'm trying to remember the game. But there was a game that Dez literally got hit in the face mask and dropped the pass. And Dak said, I've got to throw a better ball. Basically, I got to hit him in the face with the football, which was kind of like throwing shade on there. But if you... whenever you break up with somebody, you're going to be pissed and you're going to throw shade at people left and right. Okay. Just dealing with the situation that I was just talking about today. When you get mad at one thing, you lash out at everybody. You know what I'm saying? Philly 500 could be an idiot and do some stupid shit, and you can't really go after him and get him. And so then you get the next best person, closest person that happens to be in your way.
Kyle Pitts.
I don't know that that's all of, that situation or not, but again, he also had words for Jason Witten too. So I don't know. But
Jason Witten was a cancer when it comes to tight ends, because tight ends weren't getting.
Well, they didn't get a chance.
Because when he somehow retired from football, that's probably the best that we had come by tight ends.
True.
And then when we came back, we go Gallup, we say bye bye.
Oh, there's my cousin right there. Y'all about to, Daniel.
Hey, y'all got the 19th pick, so I don't know who's going to be up 19th pick.
You shut your mother ass up.
Okay, Daniel, that was for you. That was for you, Daniel, not any of the other trolls. That was for you. We family and all that, but you can shut up about y'all beating us. What?
They got the 19th pick. Who's going to be there at 19?
I don't know. I'll probably be asleep by then. I done had some Jobu chicken wings, whatever David Wiley's bringing over here. I then had some rum. I'll be so excited about the pick that we made. It's like Washington. I'm gonna sleep on them. One thing I do kind of have to address slightly is the whole EDP thing, because I have so many people that have been asking about it. I'm not gonna go into any details. I will say it's sad. It's tragic. On a multitude of levels, and unfortunately it is what it is. Hope he gets some help for his situation. But now I don't know if he knows or not, because he is a dingbat, but who is now the lead dog as far as Eagles content?
I fire Howard.
At least you got better.
Fucking fire, motherfucker! Stupid motherfucker! What an idiot! What an idiot! Dallas has Amari Cooper and Gallup, but we don't need a receiver. Are you kidding me? I don't want Justin Jefferson. He's ass. He's stupid. I fire his ass.
That's how it frustrates you.
I fire his ass. I mean, Howie's got to be stupid. What are you doing? You just let Dallas take them. You.
Yeah.
That's more frustration than anything else.
Philly 500 is now the man.
Well, he always was.
Well, like I said, EDP's gone.
Well,
it's now Philly 500.
He always trashed their team anyway when he was somewhat good. So it's like, he never talked about the news. He was just trashing the team, whether they won, lost, or tied.
Yeah, he was always a train wreck, basically. But
that's what, before this incident, that's what people liked. So,
well, now he's.
That's right. He did it to himself. Can't blame nobody but yourself.
So now he's on the scrap heap. So that's where we are with that situation. So a couple of things that were interesting, and here's the thing: we're so close to the draft. Everybody's trying to get in there. Last digs, last ideas, get their biggest hits and everything else, because there's all kinds of rumors going on. Okay, so we heard that New England is trying to move into the first round. So moved up higher within the top 10. They've been making calls left and right.
It's the first time they had the 15 and who knows how long.
True. This is very true. But apparently, the rumors are that they want to get into that top 10 and try and grab a quarterback.
If I had to guess, if the player that they pick is not there, they'll try to shop that pick around and move back, which is what they normally do.
Could be,
and they're probably just playing games with people to see if someone's going to bite.
You just hit the nail on the head that most teams are just playing games right now and trying to keep you guessing. Now allegedly, Atlanta, that's the bigger one right now.
Because they don't need a quarterback. I think they need more defense than anything else, because I don't know how much Kyle Pitts going to help their team on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, the interesting thing was what you pointed out that I'd missed earlier was that they're getting calls about Julio Jones. And see,
we saw that this morning when we were working the shop.
If they end up moving Julio Jones, then they're drafting a quarterback. Because what that says is okay, if we get rid of our best weapon, because you're basically saying we're starting all over.
If I'm Julio Jones,
you move on from Matty Ice.
No, I said this before. If I was Julio Jones, I would. And they're saying we're going to trade you, and they have a trade offer. I'll just retire. Because I'm not going to a new team after playing for the same team.
No, he's still got plenty of miles left on.
I'm just saying I would retire because I'm not going to a new team after I played for that team for probably over a decade.
If it ends up being, hey, you can go to New England and be able to build. Okay, okay, I'd be happy. You're going. We're going to trade you to Kansas City. Okay, no problem.
Do they have
now if it's going to be, we're going to trade you to the Jets, then that's a different story, okay? Or we're going to change you to the Lions.
I mean, that's what Lawrence says. I'm not going to the Jets.
Yeah, true on that.
So I'm going back to school if they draft me.
But the thing is, though,
so I feel them on that.
The way that was written was they're getting calls about teams are interested in trading for him, not necessarily that Atlanta is trying to trade him. That's two different stories. But if they were to trade him, then you got to go ahead and move on from Matty Ice. You go ahead and draft a quarterback because basically you're saying that okay, we're starting over. Because if you're a team, you're looking at Julio Jones as the next 3 years at being that championship guy. After that, you're going to see diminishing returns. If you let go of him, then you're basically saying we're rebuilding, and you might as well draft a quarterback while you're up that high.
Their running back's not.
And that might be the case, so then they might end up taking, unless somebody blows them away with an offer. Now, the other interesting thing, now my morning video was about Michael Gallup. Because we were talking yesterday about Michael Gallup and trading, because somebody had said, what if they traded Stephon Gilmore for Michael Gallup? That's my man DMV. And I'm like, I'm not trading a 31-year-old cornerback coming off of a thigh injury for a young stud receiver. I mean, he averages 15 yards a catch. Now, granted, he does have a lot of drops and things, but I'm not getting rid of that guy for an old. No,
I think a lot of those drops was not having a true off season.
Well, that's some of that, but he's always had a bit of drops. Yeah, but when he catches,
not like this year.
But when he catches, I want Surtain at 10. So you've heard that. So that was the conversation we had yesterday. And then lo and behold, today I see some articles about don't be surprised if the Cowboys try and use Michael Gallup as trade bait. Specifically with the Miami Dolphins was the latest rumor I heard, that the Cowboys would trade their number 1 in Michael Gallup for the number 6 pick and try and get Kyle Pitts.
Now they're going to need more than
now. The problem here's the problem with that is, what happens if you make that move and Kyle Pitts is already taken up by Atlanta? Then you made that move and you're giving up your wide receiver, and now you've lost a weapon.
Dallas is either going to pick at 10 or trade back. They're not trading up. Stephen Jones will not let that happen.
But see, Jackie, here's the thing, Jackie. I don't necessarily need him to be a number 1, because here's the way I look at it. If it were me, as Stephen Jones talks about he talked about the linebacker situation because they hadn't done the 5th-year option on Van Der Esch because, as he put it, it's a money issue here.
No,
so when I say it's a money issue, it's again,
Sean Lee 2.0.
True, but it's still, you have to balance it. And so if I say money, then you're going to say, well, then you got to let Gallup go. Maybe not.
Well,
man is sick, but maybe not, because here's the way I look at it. Gallup has stayed healthy in his 3 years that he's been here. Okay,
Alan Harper 2.0.
Yeah, Alan Harper. But see, here's the thing: you got CeeDee Lamb. CD becomes the number 1. You keep him on the outside, and maybe in the end of this season, you might look at letting Amari go, because Amari Cooper is $22 million. You got CeeDee Lamb for a couple more years before you have to pay him. So if you're talking about saving money, you're not paying Michael Gallup number 1 money. You would actually end up saving money, because the way Amari Cooper's contract is staggered, after this year, it's only a $6 million cap hit at the end of the season. He's got 22 then the following year. Well, guess what? You can sign Michael Gallup, have him on the outside, and have CeeDee Lamb as your number 1. That's the way I would look at it, okay? So the problem is
cut Dak Prescott. Come on. Stat Prescott.
You know what?
Bye, Felicia.
Dak Prescott's not going anywhere until possibly his contract's up.
You know what? We ain't got time. I ain't got time for a bad time. So you know what, dude?
Cut that.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Haters, get the fuck out of here, okay? I ain't in the mood tonight, okay? I am not in the mood tonight for stupid ass shit. What's up, Simba? How are you doing? Seriously. Cut that. Stat Prescott. You know what? You must be one of them Eagle mother humpers. You must be one of them Eagle mother humpers. Yes, Gallup ain't getting traded. So, but here's the other thing. Hold it. Okay, I'm sorry. People, it's fantasy football. Fantasy football is screwed y'all up. Most of y'all just don't know shit because of fantasy football. Because you're always, trade this guy. Because every week you're trading people.
Hey.
And, all of a sudden we're scoring a whole bunch of points. Football doesn't work that way.
Hey, Dak Prescott's number 1.
Kurt Morgan, how you doing?
Quarterback in fantasy.
Here's the thing. Hold on, just listen to me here. What are you expecting to get for Michael Gallup? Seriously. What are you expecting to get for Michael Gallup in a trade? You think you can get a first-round draft pick? You think that the Jets are going to give you the second pick in the draft for Michael Gallup?
If you give me a first-round pick, I might have to reconsider that.
Sure, I would. But you're not going to get that.
I'm just saying, if someone offered that, I might have to reconsider that.
You're at best, okay, maybe if somebody were high and drunk, maybe you get a late second round, but I don't think that would happen.
I would mind have to reconsider that too.
I don't think anybody does that. I'm sitting here looking at all of the receivers that were free agents that were out there that sat. Juju Schuster ended up going back for only $8 million back to Pittsburgh.
But he didn't get any good offers.
Exactly. People are looking and saying, "Oh, we need a great receiver."
Who's the guy who didn't have hands in Philly? Because he went to New England, and he's number 1 right now
from Philly.
Aguilar. Was it Aguilar?
Oh, Nelson Aguilar. But again, Aguilar didn't sign. He signed for chump change too.
Well, that's because it's New England Patriots.
What's up, Z-Fan, Derek Young, Stacy, Miss Anita? But my point being is this:
to go to the Super Bowl.
There wasn't a high demand for wide receivers. So people are thinking, oh, well, we're going to go ahead and get, Khalil Mack, let's trade Michael Gallup. We'll get Khalil Mack. That's not going to happen.
You need to give at least 2 number 1s and Michael Gallup to possibly get him.
That's what I'm saying.
He's that good.
So if you're telling me I'm going to get a third? Simba. Great career for Sean Lee. What I missed? Great videos. Man, you didn't miss too much. You missed my man Sean Lee here. Don't forget tonight. Tonight we're giving away another Joe Barty. All of the Super chat. You know what we should do? That thing is full. We need to do a draft week drawing. So we need to start over.
We can do that after the show.
Okay, because I've got the ones from yesterday too, actually outside. So keep those separate. We're going to do a draft week special, and we're going to be doing a whole bunch more during the draft. Because the thing is, we got so many people that have been in there for a while. We need to freshen it up, okay? 11 million chump change, the world we live in, laugh out loud. That was April Fool's. That was an April Fool's joke? What was my April Fool's joke? Oh, it was that we signed KJ Wright? Oh, okay. Yeah, that was actually one of the most popular videos. MG is clutch. He's gotten better every year. And that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand people's idea of saying, that our offense is so good that we can just give away people, and think that Michael getting rid of Michael Gallup is going to.
You don't get rid of him until his contract.
Now, here is the scenario that I would consider, maybe, is if you were talking about trading with Miami and you could guarantee that we were going to get Kyle Pitts with that pick, I might look at it that way and say, okay, Kyle Pitts maybe becomes your outside receiver, not so much tight end.
I don't want
but that would be the only way I would consider it. But I don't want to give up my second round pick, because if we're giving up our first and second, when you start looking, because here's the thing. I listen to like Joseph. Joseph, you're my boy, Joseph. My rear end is still burning from all that hot sauce. Okay, you sent me 4 bottles. I'm almost through the first one, and man, I love it. I love it. And you're my boy and all that. Although we disagree a little bit, but
I need to see the algorithm.
So many people will say, Stu, we're going to get to work, not limping. Fantasy football pile of fantastic. Hey. Stuart, you're one of my boys, but I hate fantasy football. Fantasy football is the reason why we hear people say, trade everybody. Okay, we can just trade everybody on the team and we'll get a whole new team and start over. That's the case.
You got to be like Doc Walker.
Huh?
I ain't putting no Dallas Cowboys, no Washington or Eagles on my team.
That's what I said to Sal. Sal kept putting Eagles on there. I'm like, how you going to put Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz and Miles Sanders on my team?
I can understand Zach Ertz, but the rest of them, come on now.
Look, none of them busted. None of them did shit for me, okay?
Zach Ertz is actually pretty good.
What's happening to Patrick Foley? Gina, Gallup isn't going anywhere. Number 13 is too nice. Prayers, Joseph. Prayers. Joseph, what's wrong? Joseph? Wait, what did I miss? Pain, but here. Oh, okay. Joseph, you're probably like me, man. When we get old, we just a pain in the ass. You cut your arm bad here at home. Oh, damn. Got to be more careful there, Joseph. Damn, I hope it's not real bad. Lord Nova, come on over. I'll check with you after the show, Joseph, man. I hope you're all right, man, because there's a lot of people that are dependent on you, buddy. The reason I'm not excited about drafting Surtain or Horn because we have no pass rush. Thank you, Derek. Thank you. Here's the other part. I've talked about this a couple times today because it's been hitting me. Stuart Morrison. You shared with me a video from another Cowboys YouTuber who was talking about the Rover. If you can tell me what his name is so I can give him credit. I want to make sure that I'm not, stealing somebody else's stuff and they're going to say Mark Holmes is a thief. I want to make sure I give him a shout out and credit on this. I want KJ Wright. I look at the Cowboys and I say, as we talk about trading Michael Gallup, okay? You're talking about trading Michael Gallup and maybe getting a 3rd-round pick or using him as trade bait to help move up to try and get Kyle Pitts, whatever. I'm kind of on the other side of the fence saying, instead of me trying to give up something I know that works, is there other ways I can fill those needs?
Randy Gregory.
There's just another way I can fill those needs without giving up something that works. Frank, thank you very much. You're going to see the outside here in a bit.
I think Randy Gregory's going to take another step forward.
Oh, he's going to, definitely, because this will be a first full off season. So I look at this and I say, what has been our problem with our defense? And if you can go back and mock drafts, everybody said Cowboys need run stoppers. We say that every year.
Well, then,
the Cowboys don't like to invest money in the one technique guys. Yeah, we got Gallimore, and people keep, we got Tristan Hill. Tristan Hill's had 4 good games, or had 4 games basically this season. I'm not ready to say, okay, let's trust the whole defense.
Hill was good until he got injured, and then it's like, who?
He was playing better than he did. So I'm not going to say he was really good. He looked good compared to Dontari Poe and those guys.
Let's put it this way: he played better than he did last year. His attitude was a lot better than last year. Because he wasn't sleeping in those meetings.
Wait a minute, let me pull this up here.
Because I remember last year he got in trouble by a NBA 2-time NBA Hall of Famer, a 2-time NBA championship size Hall of Famer.
Okay,
busted him for sleeping in his championship speech.
Yeah, that was Isaiah Thomas. That's he was sleeping on Isaiah Thomas. Okay, so he's had 12 games in his career, okay? And his rookie year, he had 5 games. Had 7 games. Today's Dallas Cowboy News. Big Country is his name. He sound country. So in 2019, he had, in 7 games, 5 tackles. This year, in 5 games, he had 11 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, no sacks. I'm not ready to say, yeah, we're good. Tristan Hill, he's my starter. I'm not ready to say.
I'm not saying he was good. That he's a good player. I'm saying he looked good.
Okay,
compared to last season.
So Big Country was talking about the Rover. Basically, the Rover is a linebacker / safety. He's really kind of a tweener. It's glue. It's not skin I'm pulling off here. I've got some glue stuck to out, pulling off hair. If I'd had my Manscaped, I could have just shaved that right off of there and been easier and less painful. Anyway. Basically, the concept is you have 2 traditional linebackers. And this may be where KJ Wright might not be in the mix because they look at Van Der Esch and they look at Jalen Smith and saying we're spending a bunch of money on those 2. And what we're looking at is being able to cover wide receivers more, which I think is a great idea because I always look at Jalen Smith and say Jalen Smith is not a good cover guy. I got my own man cave outside so I can watch the Cowboys whoop some butt. James, shout out to you. Yeah, I love my outdoor set, and now that I've got the top and the canopy out there, it's kind of like all weather. And I got 2 of those patio heaters so we can actually set those up too when it does get cold this fall. And
oh please,
Sanjay Rippett, $100.
My man got another page.
Huh? Who got another page?
Prescott. He said draft Lawrence and trade Gallup. I was like, what?
Draft Lawrence, Trevor Lawrence. Oh, here we go. What? I didn't even see it.
No, this dude got another page. I was like, come on, dude.
And
another one of those trolls.
Some people just have too much time on their hands.
Yeah, they
Crazy
do.
Corvette. I can see Cowboy Stadium from where I am right now. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's dope.
Well, shit, you good to go then.
All you gotta do is walk to the stadium. You can watch the game on the outside if you
got to stay up, right? Though. Cox, good coverage, linebacker. Okay, so back to the Rover situation, which makes sense because when we first signed Keanu O'Neal, Keanu who, when we hired, at first they started saying he's going to be a linebacker. I was like, we're taking a linebacker and we're going to make him a safety.
You're crazy. You're fucking crazy. Fucking crazy.
You're crazy. But that does make some sense because you think about Jaylon Smith in coverage. Now, Jaylon Smith, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt of being lost last year. I don't want Jaylon Smith being the guy calling the defense. I want you to basically tell Jaylon Smith what to do.
You mean lost? He was getting drugged.
Well, and that's because, okay, part of that is if you're hesitating. See, most people, you got to understand, football has to become instinct. When you think in football, you've already lost.
The most paralyzed player for his position.
You need it, but see, yeah, I get it. And that could be because he's out there, and before I was doing this, and now it's like, wait, what's my play? And by the time the play snapped,
some of that was Leighton Vander Esch too, because when he got hurt, they shifted him to something different.
Miss Charles,
and that's why you need somebody who's reliable. I wouldn't blame all that on him.
His neck was fine. Are we talking about Vander Esch's neck? Well,
I would hope
we'll
so.
See. Well, let's just hope that he can stay up for 16 games.
That's part of his problem was Vander Esch.
Well, Vander Esch,
I'm talking about for Jaylon Smith because he had to switch
right over for him and
to compensate.
If Vander Esch were healthy, he's a thumper. He's a guy that's better against.
I think
what you need Jaylon Smith to do is you need him to be able to chase people and hopefully just go forward because I still think that the drop foot is still an issue with him because I still think he has a hard time planting and knowing where he's going because when you see him tackle,
I think it's more hesitation than
it is hesitation, but see a lot of that you've got to be able to drive through the carrier, and more times than not when he's making a tackle, he's kind of holding on for dear life.
You're getting drugged.
And getting drugged because you're not able to plant that foot and drive your body through them. See what you want to be able to do is, I see you right there. I am trying to go through you and wrapping my arms up around you and using my head across the body, using my shoulder and my arms to try and squeeze the crap out of you. When I did my earlier Dallas Cowboys evening video, I played a Randy White video, and unfortunately the music in there was, got it, hit. About time, Mark Holmes. About time. What did I do this time? What did I mess up this time, Miss Charles?
Who knows?
61 likes and 226 chat. These people get them likes. Oh, don't mess with Jessica. Jessica put a foot in your behind. Can I send you a video? James, you can definitely send me a video or some pictures to my email. Let me give you my email right here. Boom. CowboysMark94@gmail. KJ Wright is better than Neil. I'm not gonna argue with that one. What I'm hoping, because here's the thing. If they do this rover defense where basically you're going to have two linebackers and you're basically going to have an extra defensive back or an extra safety type, okay, is you're basically worried about the pass more. I get that. Okay. We don't want to get beat downfield, and the safeties can help. A safety or a rover can help with the run game to a point, but this is where it behooves you to have a great defensive line because see, here's the thing. When I showed that video of Randy White was splitting double teams and still getting to the quarterback. They would throw player after player after player. And when you have somebody who can be dominant like that in the middle, you're worried about your quarterback being able to go home as opposed to going out on a stretcher. And that means he becomes a focal. That means he becomes the guy that is keeping the guards from being able to get to the linebackers, which means the linebackers, they've got 5 yards of space there. Patrick Foley, thank you very much. That means he's got 5 yards of open space to see what's going on and figure out where I'm going now with force and not having to take on a block. And that helps the defense. I still just don't understand why the Cowboys don't look at a Sheldon Richardson. He's not a guy you have to spend draft capital on. Sign him to a 2-year deal, put a couple of avoidable years on. You can get him dirt cheap. But the Cowboys is like, meh, we don't need that guy. And it's still the same stuff that we've been dealing with year after year. I just don't understand it. But what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll. Who do you think we should take at 10? Patters. Well, it depends on who's there because there's so many things that are in flux. You got to figure out, what is Atlanta doing? Are they trading the pick? Is somebody else taking another quarterback? Are they going to take Kyle Pitts instead? Because that's going to dictate it. You got to wonder, is Miami going to sit there at 6, or because they've got
a late first round pick too.
Right. Well, and they could decide to do something. They could be macking up. You got to wonder, we've heard rumors about the Eagles maybe trying to get in there
with Pitt, and get Ertz.
Well, the funny thing about hearing about the Eagles is the idea is they're trying to hurt the Cowboys by taking Surtain. You really can't hurt us by taking, if you really believe that all of these players are good between Patrick Surtain and Micah Patters. I mean,
if you pass up on Surtain, then they predict the Eagles are going to pick him up.
Sanjay, I am not going to argue with you about KJ Wright because I would love to get KJ Wright, and I'm hoping, because here's the thing that's interesting about KJ Wright. The fact that he hasn't been signed with anybody. You're talking about a guy who still had a great season last year, wasn't injured. Now we're signing guys that are coming off of Achilles, ruptures and stuff. The fact that he is not signed with another team. Now May 3rd is a key day. May 3rd, after that point, if you sign somebody, it doesn't count against you as far as players that you lost. So losing Andy Dalton right now may get us a compensatory pick. If we were to sign KJ Wright for a contract that's close to what he had, we lose that. So it may be that the Cowboys and him have kind of a wink-wink type of a deal, where we're kind of, we want you, wink-wink, so don't go anywhere. They don't take risks when it comes to defense or free agency. Gina, shorty girl, you are 100% right. They don't. The last time they took a chance was Brandon Carr and, Greg Hardy. And since that time, they've been kind of snake bitten. It's like, nah, we're not going to do that. They haven't taken big money on there. I watched the Knicks because if they're okay, F Andy Dalton. Well, but you know what? If he gets us a fourth round compensatory pick, I'm okay with that. Mark, any word on McCoy? No, Robbie. Nobody has signed Gerald McCoy. Gerald McCoy has basically said, I want to play, someplace. So I think the Cowboys have moved on, have let that ship sail. I'm hoping you're right, Mark. We've been waiting for the draft okay, so here's my thing, where people will say, take your first, take your second, package it up, trade for Kyle Pitts. Because you got 10 picks. Okay. How many of our draft picks have we found great defenders late in the draft? Anthony Brown, he was 5th round draft pick, I believe. Tristan Hill, he was a 2nd round. D-Law was a 2nd round.
Well, technically, it was our 1st round pick because we got Mark Cooper.
Yeah. Taco Charlton was a 1st round pick. Our safeties that we had were all 6th round draft picks. The thing is, if you're talking about guys that are going to make the defense really better and really stout, just saying, we got 10 picks does not mean that if you're talking about taking your 1st or 2nd, spending on one guy on offense, then that means you've got 2 third round picks and 2 4th round picks. You think that you're going to be able to fix the defense with 3rd and 4th round picks? That we're going to be able to plug holes, that we're going to be able to get a linebacker that's going to be able to stop people, that we're going to be able to get a safety, that we'll be able to get a cornerback that's going to be great? Miss Charles, I was talking about that. That was, okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing you got to be careful of. The Cowboys aren't putting any of these ideas out here. Cowboys aren't going to say to you, hey, we're going to trade. This is the Skip Bayless situation here, where Skip Bayless, this is where Mike Fisher told the story about. Skip Bayless said that Jerry Jones called him up and was talking about, the Herschel Walker trade. Yeah, we're going to make this Herschel Walker trade. They don't do that.
And you had to pay.
That was bullshit. No. Skip Bayless, skip.
The crazy thing is you had to pay him, I think, $1 million for the trade to go through. Herschel Walker got paid to go.
True.
To get traded.
But my point being is the team's not discussing what their plans are. They want it to be a mystery. They want to be a surprise.
Other than Kyle Pitts.
It's people out there who are making, these ideas.
Not about Kyle Pitts, they're not.
Well, no. About trade. No, there's an article in Bleacher Report that came out like 7 hours ago where they said, don't be surprised if the Cowboys try to use Michael Gallup is trade bait, and I know Vosh and Jeff Kavanaugh. Don't be surprised if the Cowboys take an offensive lineman in the first pick. Yeah, don't be surprised of anything. We were surprised last year by us getting CeeDee Lamb, but somebody could have said, don't be surprised if the Cowboys get CeeDee Lamb. Well, don't be surprised. It happened. Anything can happen. So. You'll hear all kinds of things. We've heard Cowboys were moving up. We heard the Cowboys were moving back. We heard the Cowboys are set on Patrick Surtain. We heard the Cowboys like J.C. Horn. The reality is nobody really knows. It's all speculation. Kevin Edwards' top 5 would be wonderful, but realistically, if we are back in the top 15, that's an improvement from last year. Amen. If we could get to the top, listen, if we were able to get into the top 15, we have a chance to go deep in the playoffs with provided Dak stays upright. Skip is for entertainment. Is it really entertainment though? Is it? He's
trying to be too much like Skip Bayless. I mean, Skip Bayless trying to be too much like his boy Stephen A. Smith. That's what he's trying to be the next.
I'm still surprised ESPN wanted him back.
I mean, he was good with Stephen A. Smith. I like him and Stephen A. Smith.
Base shit is not a Cowboy. Amen. And kind of like EDP really wasn't an Eagles fan either.
He just talked crap about the team. That's about it. No, I mean, I like Skip Bayless and Steve A. Smith better than what they had now on there. That was a better combination.
The only offensive tackle worth at 10. Skip Shameless is also the one who said the Cowboys would regret not drafting Johnny Football. Yeah, you could go through and you could make a career out of all the things. That's the same guy that was like, I hope the Cowboys trade Dak Prescott, from my Dallas Cowboys, and then they signed Dak Prescott. He's up there trying to do his, I don't know what the fuck that was, his skip dance.
Are you talking about
now my Cowboys have a chance to go to the Super Bowl?
Are you talking about that dance to the trash can?
Oh. He's just really. How many picks?
I think that's.
We have right now, CJ, one pick in the second round. We have 1 first, 1 second, 2 3s, and because of the compensatory pick, 2 4s, 1 5th, 2 6, 1 7th. 10 picks altogether. Need a good tackle. Skip was cool until 2019. Now he sucks. I just don't understand why we are so scared of free agency. Derek, we always bottom basement shop, Skip Bayless is in my ass. I'm not okay. You don't listen to Skip or Steven. I listen to it because it's always kind of cool because I have so many people that come at me and say, you're not credible. You're not on ESPN. These guys know what they're talking about. It's like, do they? Really? Really? If Pitts falls to 7, that's where the Cowboys make their move. If he goes number 4, the Cowboys will hope for Surtain. I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
Either one of those two guys will be there at 10, Horn or Surtain. And maybe another guy they're looking at might be there. Just probably going to be there too.
Yeah, Derek, you're an Eagles and Giants. It was funny. I had a conversation with somebody today who was a Giants fan, and I was pointing out to him that Eagle fans, for the most part,
they're delusional.
Are always going to talk smack.
Well, they're delusional.
Giant fans, they're like cockroaches that when the lights come on, they just run.
Well, the Eagles are delusional because they don't even know who their starting quarterback is this year.
Washington fans have been beat up for so many years that they just don't. They don't talk trash.
They probably have a good defense for a change. Probably the best in the division. We can argue,
but it's all bias. Skip Turncoat Bayless. Ooh, we hitting them. All right, so it's almost time for our drawings. We're doing 2 drawings tonight, and then we got to make a move. Should we make our move outside for the drawings?
I mean, got to take more equipment outside.
Well, no, we're doing the ones we got right here, and the other ones that I got from yesterday. We're starting over. So we're starting all over, so that way it's a little more. This is draft week ones. Gina, if I was Dak, I would never give Skip he would. I don't think he has he ever given Skip. I don't think he has.
Maybe Shannon Sharp, but not Skip Bayless.
The Giants will be the best next. Oh Lordy, satisfaction.
Well, I mean, they'll be better, but they'll be better than the Eagles. The Eagles will be in the basement again this year because their team's a dumpster fire.
Yeah,
I would definitely put the New York Giants over the Eagles any day.
Washington's our number 1 rival. Tennessee, brother Derek Young, all need to move over to my area. Okay. All right, so here's what we's going to do. What we's going to do is, hold on. We're going to make a move here.
There's a move, baby. There's a move, baby. Yeah, yeah. Time to move it on out.
Here's what we gonna do. We're gonna give you a little preview here, and then we'll be right back.
What? Look at
Let's head upstairs.
Look, he's at this. Did the screen freeze? Is it still light? Oh my God!
Look at this! Wow, that has to be the stupidest thing.
Oh my God!
Are you gonna take a quarterback back in the second round?
Oh my God!
Are you kidding me? Why did you just trade Carson then? Are you kidding me? You just took a quarterback in the second round. This team is so good that they don't need to take. They don't need anything else, right? They're so good. They don't. This has to be for some sort of trade. There has to be something to this. This don't make any sense. Eagles UK, thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry. This is stupidity at its finest. There has to be something else going on.
Well, we are back, everybody, with a different look right here. So this is our new set. I didn't have enough time to get the fire turned on before we came back out here. But we're going to end up being right here come Thursday night. Hope you guys will enjoy what we have set up. I've been putting a whole lot of work into it, and we've had all of you guys that have helped out with the channel. The reason why we actually have this whole setup right here like we do is because of you guys, and I can't thank you all enough. So, Michael, you ready? We're going to do 2 drawings tonight. So what we're doing is we're starting all over this week on the drawings, okay? Because we've had so many people that have joined. It's just kind of like the wheel won't spin anymore. It literally won't spin.
Hey, you know what? You got a nice spot for the spinner right here.
Well, I could. You know what?
That's like
the man's a genius. He's a genius. Okay, so because Joseph Heatherly has his wife, and I left the jewelry in there. But we have these great necklaces and stuff. Samples. Well, I've got samples. But what you're going to do is I will give you the contact information. Just email me. I'll give you the contact information to get in touch with Joseph directly, and he will get you guys taken care of. And ladies, if you end up going in site, you want some jewelry and things like that, Jobu sports fans get a deep, deep, deep discount. So, Mike, you want to go ahead and I'll shake it up and pick one of the ladies right here. Always a lady, and always a lady. And who was the other winner we had last time?
Miss Charles.
Miss Charles. That's twice Miss Charles. Okay, you got to pull another one because Miss Charles won before. So, and we've been trying to find Miss Charles. Miss Charles. Miss Charles.
The lady, we have her information.
Okay. And who else we got? Jessica. Jessica, email me. I got Jessica's information. Jessica, you are a winner chicken dinner.
That over to.
Oh yeah, you gotta love. This is the throne, the Cowboys throne.
It's kind of cold.
It is. I'm sorry, I did. Okay, yeah, it won't be tomorrow. It's gonna be in the 80s tomorrow. All right. So now, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, because we got to empty that out. We're gonna dump out all of those super chats from tonight and yesterday. And Mike, you get to pick.
We just picked one.
No, hold on. Those two stuck together. Okay. Oh, wait, there we go. All right. Boom. Our winner for a Jobu trophy, and we're going to be giving more of those away during the draft. I just got to get them finished, getting built.
Eddie B.
Eddie, I want to talk to you. Eddie, you won a Jobu. All right, so we got our winners. And I need to still rework because those are supposed to be up here so I can see them. But here's what we're going to do. I am going to do our shots video, okay? You know how we roll with it, okay? But I want you guys stay here until after that video goes because I have something that I need to do. It's really, really important, and I know it's going to get shut down, so I'm doing it after this, okay? So get your shot glass, and I don't think I have any shot glasses out here, do I? I got to bring me some shot glasses out here, okay? But stay tuned until after this, okay? Please, all right? right, y'all. You know, this is an important week for our Cowboys, and you know, I always say that I'm old, and I say that not because I'm trying to make fun of myself or anything. I actually feel fortunate, and it seems like too many times the last year or so we've been saying rest in peace to people, and for me, lately it seems like people that I grew up with and looked forward to, or looked partying wise, you know, from DMX, his funeral was yesterday. And then, you know, just a couple of days ago, my man Shock G, you know, Humpty Hump. You know, I've also, you know, you think of Raptor Ecstasy from Houdini. I think about Prince Marky D from the Fat Boys. You know, it's been terrible saying goodbye to all these people, because all these people are a few years younger or a few years older than me, and it makes me realize my own mortality. So I always sit by the fire and tell you guys to make sure if you care about somebody or something that you let them know. So I know the YouTube police are going to get at me for this, so this is why I put this at the end, but I have to give one to my man, Shock G, man. You will definitely be missed.
What you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, see? So yo, world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round. I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink a bottle of Hennessy you got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. Yo, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereos pump me. I like to rhyme, I like my beats funky, I'm spunky, I like my oatmeal lumpy, I'm sick with this, straight gangster Mac. But sometimes I get ridiculous. I'll eat up all your crackers and your licorice. Oh, yo, fat girl, come here, are you ticklish? Yeah, I called you fat, look at me, I'm skinny. It never stopped me from getting busy, I'm a freak. I like the girls with the boom, I once got busy in a bathroom, I'm crazy. Allow me to amaze thee. They say I'm ugly, but it just don't faze me. I'm still getting in the and I even got my own dance.
A Humpty dance is your chance to do the hump.
Come on,
do the Humpty Hump.
Come on, do the Humpty Hump. Check me out, y'all. Do the Humpty Hump. Just watch me do the Humpty Hump. Yeah, do you know what I'm doing? Doing the Humpty Hump. Come on. I do the Humpty Hump. I do the Humpty Hump. People say, yo, Humpty, you're really funny looking. That's alright, cause I get things cooking. You stare, you glare, you constantly try to compare me, but you can't get near me. I'm giving more C and on the floor B.
Alright, everybody, thank you for being part of the Jobu Sport Report. I'm getting notification that it's about to be shut down, but I appreciate you. Thank you guys. Keep spreading the mojo.